This video is what I eat on the Sabbath day. So I believe in the Bible. The Bible commands us to keep the Sabbath day. And on the Sabbath, one of the things we do is we don't cook. We're told to bake what we're going to bake the day before, right? It's a day of rest. So that includes resting from that stove, right? And so just to run through it, what I eat on the Sabbath. So for breakfast, I'm going to start with fruits. Everyone knows fruits is good for you. I'm gonna go for berries, right? So it's very nice to wake up to a plate of different color fruits, keeping it light. We're gonna have strawberries, raspberries, grapes, like that combo. I just love that flavor combination. Just eat it all together. Tastes like a fruit juice. It's amazing. I might put blueberries with that, but generally I won't because I'm gonna save that for later. So we're gonna get onto that. But I'll eat tropical fruits with that I might not usually eat in the week. So like mango, definitely want mango as long as it's looking good in the shop and ripe mango. And then pineapple, pomegranate, melon. I'm not gonna have all of them, but I'm gonna have one or two of them. Whichever one's looking good in the shop, I'm gonna get. And then I'm gonna have filling fruits with that. So things that fill you up a bit more, like dates. So like medjool dates, very filling, very nutritious. I might have banana. Like I don't eat that many banana, but I prefer dates and stuff. But if I don't have the dates, they're more expensive. Then I have the banana because that's gonna fill you up. So yeah, it's good for you too. Might have apples. My children love apples, so they also have the apples. I might just have a little bit. I eat a lot of apples in the week, so I just, you know what I'm saying. So then that might be 8 a.m. let's say. So then we'll get into a snack a bit later, maybe 12, maybe like 11:30, 12:30. Have a snack. It's gonna be like almond butter sandwiches with honey. That's my number one. Filling, high in protein. If it's almond butter, it's gonna be high in calcium. I might have cashew butter. That's more expensive, right? But so I don't always have it. But the cashew butter. Let me tell you something here. If you have cashew butter with the right honey, not no £2.50 Rouse honey, right? You gotta get a bit bougie with the honey because you have to have the raw, unpasteurized, unfiltered, natural honey, right? The Bible says eat honey for it's good, but these shops take it and they do all kind of stuff to it, and it's a blend of honeys from different hives and it loses all its benefits. But I like to get the mountain oak honey, and that's expensive and hard to get, so if I don't have that, I just get the local honey. And so local to my area, it's like £8 for the jar and it lasts the whole month. And that's unfiltered, unpasteurized from one hive. This is great for your immune system. Like when people are ill, they eat honey in it to fight colds. It's got vitamins in it, all of that, especially the mountain oak. That's very high in vitamins. So yeah, I'm gonna have almond butter sandwich, cashew butter sandwich. I also like Zambian honey. It's very cheap. It's like £5 from Holland and Barrett, yeah. And let me tell you something, if you have Zambian honey with cashew butter sandwich, you can thank me later. That's a star. That's addictive. You better watch yourself with that one, yeah, because unless you're trying to put on muscle and trying to put on weight, yeah, it's very high in calories too. So it's going to fill you up. So we have fruit for breakfast, it's light. Now for the snack, going to have almond butter or cashew butter sandwiches. Could have peanut butter, but that's only if the money's low, because peanut butter is like the best of the worst of the worst of the best. Like it's high in the unhealthy fats too, and it's not even really a nut. Like peanut is a legume, it's a whole thing. It's high, it puts mucus in your body. Like it's not the best, but it's better than chocolate spread with sugar and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna have some nuts, seeds. If I don't have the sandwich, then I'm gonna have a health bar that might have like seeds in it and something filling though. It's going to be filling, you get me? And I might put some vegetable crisps or plantain crisps on the side of that. So boom, for lunch, now this might be, let's say like 3:30 or 4 o'clock. Just call it the main meal. This is the main meal of the day, and that's going to be what was prepared the day before generally. So that's going to be something that tastes good cold, and it's going to be heavily vegetable based. So like spinach and potatoes, like spinach stew with potatoes. Like my wife Gift, she does it like African style spinach stew. And then we used to have that with like rice or something, but I don't really like the rice the next day cold. So more so potatoes, if they're crispy, they taste good the next day. And if it's not that, it'll be like fried vegetables and pasta, which tastes really good cold. Like fried kale with carrots and peas and onions, and put that on the pasta. Yeah, with the pasta and the breads, I don't generally eat wheat too much, so the bread might be gluten-free breads, or it might be brown breads, but it's not gonna be white bread. It's not gonna be white pasta in any circumstances. Yeah, like I don't eat white grains in it. Like I don't eat white rice for no reason. I don't eat white pasta for no reason. I never eat them things. The whole meal, brown bread, brown pasta strictly. And if we didn't get time to prepare, then it'll be something that tastes good cold from the fridge. Like you can get falafels from the shop, like pre-cooked falafels. The Moroccan one tastes nice with the apricot in it, and so it's not too dry. And I'll just put that in a wrap with a brown bread wrap or a gluten-free wrap with lots of hummus and lots of raw leafy greens like baby spinach, rocket and watercress. Now, watercress is great for your skin, anti-aging. Everyone knows that spinach is high in iron and calcium. And I don't even know what rocket's good for, it just tastes nice. But it's obviously good for you, leafy green. But regardless, the main meal is going to be vegetable heavy. So we have fruits with the breakfast, we had like nuts and seeds with the lunch, with the snack, and we're having like a lot of vegetables with the main meal. Yeah. So what's next? A few hours later, so the last thing I'm gonna have consumed that day. So let's say this might be 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:15. It's gonna be a blueberry smoothie. So I said I'm saving the blueberries for later, and it's not even a blueberry smoothie. You understand that this is nutritionally dense. Now this smoothie is thick. This smoothie is gonna fill you up probably more than the main meal. You feel me? And I just call it a blueberry smoothie because that's the main flavor. Now, just on a quick side note, I don't use the oven obviously on the Sabbath. I don't use the kettle because I see that as heating, and I don't use a microwave on the Sabbath or ever. Like I will never use a microwave, but I do use a blender. Like so, I chop up mango in the morning, I chop things in it with a knife, chop. And a blender is like just an electronic version of that. But I do sometimes think, should I use a blender? So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think using a blender is considered cooking or would be a sin for the Sabbath. And yeah, I just want to know what my audience thinks about that. But as it goes right now, I make a smoothie. So I blend up these ingredients. I'll just run through it real quick and talk about the nutritional value, because this smoothie is going to power you up, you get me? So I use plant milk. Number one, I use pea milk, so green peas. And pea actually contains a good amount of protein, which people don't realize, and it actually contains a full, a complete protein. It's complete protein, so it's got all the essential amino acids that our body can't produce. Like even chicken don't have that, beef don't have that. You get me? It's got all the essential amino acids, and it's very smooth. That's a very smooth. It makes the smoothie very smooth and nice. If I didn't have that, I would use oat milk or almond milk. Bottom of the list would be soya milk. Like that's the cheapest one you can get, and I don't really mess with the soya too much, but I will use soya milk as a last resort. Like that's bottom of the list, but pea milk is number one. That's gonna taste banging. Then in that smoothie now, so I'm gonna put the milk in there, right? You gotta have the liquid element, then you gotta have a base. They have base. So most people use bananas as the base of the smoothie, and that tastes good. But if you want to level it up, yeah, fresh figs. Yeah, put them fresh figs in there. They're very high in calcium. So we don't have no cow's milk in here, but the figs are super high in calcium. Like they are known to reduce cholesterol, so they're very good for your heart, like reduce blood pressure, and they're said to have anti-cancer benefits. I'm gonna throw in a couple fresh figs, and then I'm also gonna go throw in a couple dry figs because they just make the texture of the smoothie banging. You get me? If I didn't have figs, I'd put some dates in there, but I'd usually have them for breakfast, so I want to mix it up. If I didn't have either of those, I'd use bananas. And then so you got the base now, and then you're gonna put in the flavor. So I'm gonna put in loads of frozen blueberries. Like I'm not even measuring it, I'm just banging them in there, throwing in loads of frozen blueberries. This smoothie's gonna come out deep purple color, and yeah, frozen is gonna make it cold, make it very fresh. Also gonna put in some frozen peas. Yeah, like people look at me crazy when I tell them put the frozen peas in there, but they don't really add no flavor. It's just like ice, but with extra nutrition. Just a little bit of frozen peas, and then I'm gonna put in some cashew or almond butter. If I had the sandwich, I'm not gonna put in too much, just to not go too overboard. And if I didn't have the sandwich for the snack, I'll put in a nice amount of cashew or almond butter. When you put the almond butter in there with the figs and some honey, a little bit of honey, that is gonna make the smoothie. It tastes like a digestive chocolate biscuit somehow. It just ends up tasting like a chocolate digestive. It's like it has that flavor in there, banging. So I put in a little the honey because I already had it in the sandwich. If I didn't have it in the sandwich, put in a bit more. Yeah. Then we're gonna get into like some powders. I'm gonna put hemp seed powder in there, and once again, it's got all the essential amino acids, but it's much higher in protein in general than the peas. And it's not just about protein though, because you can get a protein shake and it's just protein basically, but this is high in minerals. It's about minerals, yeah. The minerals and vitamins is what's going to make your body strong and your body function properly the way the Most High intended, right? He gave us these plants to use for our meat, our medicine, right? That hemp contains large amounts of magnesium, yeah, iron, calcium, omega-3 for your brain function, phosphorus, riboflavin, all of this stuff that's just going to contribute to your body just running the way it's supposed to run. I'm going to put maca powder in there. Like maca's got more calcium than milk, and if it's in the evening, I use a small amount of maca. If I had this smoothie in the morning, I use a lot because it's high in quality carbohydrates, so it's going to give you a lot of sustainable energy. Like it's a great pre-workout, and it's good for your digestive system. And it's also known as maca, yeah, is known as Peruvian Viagra. It's a root vegetable, and not no funny thing, not no magical drug thing. It's just good for you. So it balances your hormones out, like testosterone, estrogen, all this stuff. It's called the adapto something. I can't remember, but like it balances your hormones out. So it's just gonna make all your body functions a star. You get me? So people got problems in different aspects of life, but they don't eat right. So get your minerals in, and you're gonna be, this is gonna be on point. Let's just keep it moving. You feel me? Chia seeds. Chia seeds got omega-3 and omega-6, and most people think omega-6 can only be found in fish, oily fish, but it's in the chia seeds, and this is great for your like brain function, your brain health, bunch of other health benefits that you can research. But what is it? Anti-inflammatory, so they reduce inflammation in the body, which is the cause of a lot of health problems and disease. And in your stomach as well, it reduces inflammation. So it doesn't get rid of belly fat. Like you have to work out and eat lower calories for that. But it takes away the bloating, helps to take away the bloating. So your belly is not so puffed out. So you're going to look leaner in the stomach. And then, yeah, coming to the end, I'm going to throw in some pumpkin seeds. So that's very filling, like it satisfies your hunger. And they actually are known to promote good sleep due to certain amino acids in there that are related to sleep. And they got vitamin K, vitamin E, vitamin XYZ. They're the most abundant nutritional value of any seed. Like of any seed you can name, sunflower seed, whatever other seed, the pumpkin seed has the most dense nutrition and so many health benefits that I couldn't even name them. But one of the key ones is they're known to reduce the risk of breast cancer in women and reduce the risk of prostate problems in men. And nobody don't want them things. So get your pumpkin seeds in. And I don't really like eating them. So I can eat them, but I don't really like to. So putting them in the smoothie is just a great way to include it in the diet. And so, yeah, just in the case of things that you don't really like, but are good for you, like that's what you should put in the smoothie. It's going to taste banging with the figs and the blueberries already. So you got to get your own levels right, like how much you like in there, but if you're going to make it. But yeah, long story short, I put some things there that I don't really like to eat. So I put like a small handful of raw kale. I eat fried kale, but I don't really like it raw. But if I've got any left in the week, I put a handful in there. It's going to be much more better for you raw. And if you put too much, it's going to make the smoothie taste fluffy. But put a little bit in there. And then cucumber is amazing in smoothies. I don't like eating it by itself, but it's amazing in smoothies. It's very hydrating. It's got electrolytes. If you've done a hard workout the day before, you're gonna do one the next day. If you've got a headache, it's just the electrolytes and the hydration just makes you feel so much better. And you know what? I'll let Maccabee fill you in on that. So I'll run that to finish the video. But yeah, my day is full of protein, fiber, dense vitamins and minerals. And I didn't even eat no meat and have no milk. And I'm gonna make a video called Veganism Exposed. I'm not no vegan, but I don't eat meat, I don't drink milk, and I work out. I can bang 25 pull-ups in one go. You know what I'm saying? I can run miles and miles, and you know, I'm doing better than ever. So we're gonna talk. I'm gonna make a video of Veganism Exposed. You get me? But I eat plant-based, 100%. I let Maccabee. All these things I mentioned, these fruit and vegetables. Yeah, there's so many health benefits to them that you don't need to know them all. Just you know they're good for you, innit? And you know what's bad for you too. So just a little message out to my people that we gotta eat right. So I let Maccabee fill you in on the cucumbers. Run the clip. Kaz the MC. Boom.
The cucumber, or as they call it in Jamaica, cucumber. Cucumber. Vitamins, minerals, very high number. Silica, hair and nails get longer. Other vitamins make your bones them stronger. Anti-wrinkle make you look younger. 95% water. Kidney cleanser, great hydrator. Detox, fiber, good regulator. Your body good things, don't be a traitor. Get the cucumber, cut it in a slice. Put it in a jug of water overnight. You know what you get for a fraction of the price? Energy drink full of electrolyte. Roaring salad is one of the use as a base for your vegetable juice. Another surprise, put a slice on your eyes, take away the dryness, revitalize. Oh yes, one thing I have left, cucumber can also help with bad breath. Wash away the bacteria that cause the odor. Cucumber water instead of soda. A Maccabee and Medical Monday. Cucumber.
Yeah, that video always makes me bust up, man. That's hilarious, but he's speaking the truth. So listen, just wanted to add the blender situation. So I use a blender 4 out of 5 Sabbaths, or 3 out of 4 Sabbaths of the month. I'll make a smoothie. So let me know if you think using a blender on the Sabbath is a sin. I'm not stiff-necked. We can have that discussion. So put that in the comments below. NASA part 2 coming soon, and yeah, more videos on the way. So respect, peace, shalom. I'm out.